Hey everybody, it is Stephanie here with Infernal TV, and I am here with Vreth of Finntroll. So how are you?
Hi there. Yeah, I'm really good actually. Doing lots of interviews, talking to the press. It's been lots of fun so far. So yeah, I'm doing good.
Perfect. So now I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. Vredesvävd, the new album.
Vredesvävd. Yeah, that was really close.
The new album will be out this is the first album that you've released in 7 years. So overall, I mean, are you anticipating, I know fans have been really excited, but are you nervous about the reaction, or are you just looking forward to getting the album out there?
Well, yeah, a little bit of both there. With us having quite a long, album cycle usually is, 3 or 4 years between albums usually. But now this time we're being 3 years sort of over time. It sort of has built up lots of pressure to create something that people will really like, and that will be, well appreciated. Otherwise, if this would have been a total catastrophe, this album, we could, quit or something like that, But so we were really nervous when the first single came out. It got tons of good reviews, good, all the comments on it. Everything was 98%, good feedback. It's really weird. There's something wrong there, when it should be, like maybe 5 to 10% that don't like it, but this time it was actually more than that. It was like 98%. And I hope that it was genuine comments, But yeah, but still, so I'm really looking forward to having it out now, and to actually be able to work, on something else than releasing the new album. But the feedback have been really good so far. So I'm hoping it's going in the direction, But every time we release something new, a new single or something, the stress is there, and you're thinking, what if they don't like it? What if they don't like it? But yeah, both of the singles have got great feedback so far, and I'm really happy about that.
Awesome. And now, from your experience, just talk about the writing and the recording process.
Well, the writing process, that was the stuff that took so long, We're not the kind of band that write anything when we're touring, so we usually, do the tours from the album before, then we take like half a year break, write everything and record it and release it. But this time, I think it was almost 2 years or something. We toured on the Vredesvävd tour all over the world, and after that, I think it was like 3 years after the release or something, we tried to write something. It didn't feel right. It was it felt like we were missing something. There was, we always looking for this kind of red thread with the album, but we didn't find it, back then. And we got this offer to do 10-year anniversary of the Untitled album. So we decided to go on that, and for a little bit over a year. And after that, we're gonna go back to the writing again. And we went back to the writing, and it didn't. Still, we couldn't get the style right. It was going in different directions, and the songs we wrote, they couldn't have been on the same album. They didn't sort of fit together, these songs. So yeah, we spent some more years. We decided we'll take it easy with the writing, not force it, just go on some gigs, do festivals, and let's see what we come up with. And there at some point, I think it was last summer actually, somebody mentioned that there, and I saw it in the media, that they're wondering when Finntroll is going to do a comeback. And I was really like, what the hell is this? And are people actually forgetting about us, So yeah, I talked to the guys and asked if we could somehow have an album out in 2020, if it's, should I contact record company and see what they think, and we just decided let's get a deadline and see what happens. And we got the deadline from Century Media, and I think it was like 8 months into the future, something like that. And we started, for some reason, writing. It sort of felt right. There was something that was there, this time around. I can't really tell why, but for me, deadlines are usually a big motivator, and when you're motivated, you write good stuff. So yeah.
Interesting. Now, I've listened to the album, and I think you have a good mix of different styles and sounds. I mean, Finntroll has always been very consistent, but some songs I feel like are more brutal, others are more melodic, others are really catchy. So why do you? Well, first, do you agree that you kind of mixed up some different sounds and styles in the album, and why is that important?
Yeah, well, I think Finntroll has always been about, not putting ourselves in any kind of box, and so many people wants to put us in the folk metal kind of genre, or like the pagan scene as well. I say that we are more pagan than we are folk, or something like that. But it's so weird that they call us folk metal. For example, the Vredesvävd album had 3 folk riffs on the whole album. So we have always been considering Finntroll as a more extreme metal band connected to both death metal and black metal, but with folky keyboards on top of it. So yeah, it's always been about doing whatever we want, actually, and not limiting ourselves to any kind of genre, and not limiting us to where we take influences from. So many bands, they put themselves in the black metal folder or something, and then they cannot move outside from the black metal folder because it's they want to be black metal. We really don't have that kind of restrictions. We really do what we want, actually. And for some reason, it always starts to sound like Finntroll.
Nice. And but like I said in the last question, I feel like Finntroll has always been consistent throughout your entire discography. So why is it important to not deviate too far from your original sound?
Well, we have deviated sometimes. For example, Vi som slutet, that was totally acoustic album, and went, but still there was the kind of melodies there that you sort of want to hear when you listen to a Finntroll album. But of course, it would be now to do an electronic album or something, like dance music. That would be, of course, totally weird, and not probably what we want to do either. But yeah, but Finntroll has, as I said before, Finntroll is all about freedom to do whatever you want, and I think that's also a big part of the sound as well, if you know what I mean.
This question is about the single Ormfolk. I read on the YouTube and social media comments that a lot of fans could hear Katla make an appearance in the song. So but no one, I never really heard it confirmed. So was Katla on the song?
Yeah, he was there. Yeah, we didn't really wanna, point the finger and say like listen to this Katla is here. No, we sort of wanted to do it the sneaky way and see if anyone notices and what's gonna happen and how people are gonna talk about it. Yeah, he was definitely there. He sang one of the verses, and also we doubled some stuff together, and yeah, and he's actually there for a little bit more on the album as well than only that one.
Interesting. So now this is also your first drummer with the new album Heikki. So what was it like writing with him?
Yeah, it's been really cool because he's brought this new kind of energy to the band as well. Not just talking about playing, otherwise like off stage as well. He's a really huge driving force in the band and really kicks us to do stuff and to take the band forward. So it's actually really positive energy that he brings to the band. And also he's, I really like Beast Dominator's drumming as well, but they're totally different kind of drummers. It's with that his stage name is. He's more of like a driving force in drumming as well. He's really super on the beat, and he's just like pushing, the songs, the tempos, the songs, and everything. Where Beast Dominator was a little bit more like a laid-back drummer and sort of groovy kind of guy. So yeah, they're totally two different drummers. But I'd say the energy that Heikki has brought into the band has been really good, and it's done wonders, on and off stage.
Nice, and I really like the animated video for Forsen. So how did that idea come about?
Well, we didn't really know what we wanted to do for this song, and there was lots of ideas going back and forth. Should we do a real like music video? Should we do what should we do? And just came to mind that we made an animated video 10 years ago, so I decided to contact the persons that we actually worked with 10 years ago. It's actually exactly 10 years ago, and that did the video for Vredesvävd, and they were really interested, and we got a good deal with them, and we sort of started working on a concept for it together, and here's the result. And even though it's totally different from what Vredesvävd was, you can still feel the same kind of vibe in them and the same style, and I really like it. It turned out really great actually.
Nice, and now I saw that you have a Europe tour that's scheduled for spring of next year, and a lot of your festivals you were supposed to play this year were rescheduled for next year. So, first, how do you feel about the current, the pandemic that we're going through and touring next year? And then overall, like, how do you anticipate playing new material live?
Yeah, we were sort of planning on to have a break as well from, the moment when we get up from the 70,000 Tons of Metal cruise until the album is released. So this would have been sort of not playing, even if without the pandemic. So we were about to have this half-year break at least to sort of raise the demand for Finntroll out there again. And I really, really want now, especially now when we actually sort of forced to have another half-a-year break. And even that, I really hope that we can do that one still, because now it's so uncertain, because Europe is sort of suffering a little bit from a second wave right now. So we really hope that that's gonna, clear up before. But yeah, it's gonna be so much fun again to be out there. I haven't been in a tour bus for 4 years, so really definitely looking forward to that. We have had, festivals. We have had small, like South America for a week or Asia for a week or something like that, but not just like over a month-long tours in tour buses since 2016. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. And also, we have sort of started to rehearse some of the new material. So it's kind of funny how that will work as well. And I'm really looking forward to sort of spicing up the set list a little bit again, and maybe changing some of the old songs as well into other old songs. So it's going to be so much fun to be out there like 100% again next year.
Nice, and Finntroll has had a legacy for a very long time, I think 2 decades, and you've released multiple albums. How do you find the inspiration to write new music?
Yeah, this time it came in the form of a deadline. No, but The inspiration, it can come from anywhere. Yeah. This time, the inspiration came from end of 90s black metal. Sometimes it can come from, hearing an 80s pop song on the radio or something, and you get an idea from that. It can be whatever. The influences are they are like endless here, because we don't want to limit ourselves to anything. So yeah, and it can come from anywhere, basically, inspiration. And well, this time around it come from some old school black and death metal.
Nice. And then this is the last question. You can say anything you want. You can promote the new album. You can thank the fans. You can say whatever you want.
Yeah, I really want to point out that we are working on coming over there as well right now. As soon as the borders open up, and we know that we can, actually get over there safely and everything, then we're gonna be there. We're gonna do a long tour, coast to coast again, like we did last time. I think it was 2013 when we had a decent tour over there. So yeah, really looking forward to that. And I know that everything right now is half a year late, but I hope you understand out there, and I will definitely see you on the road, hopefully next year or 2022.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for checking out the interview. Finntroll has a new album coming out September 18th, right? I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, so September 18th, they have their new album of Vredesvävd? Is that how you say it?
Vredesvävd, yeah.
I'll just let him say it.
Yeah.
So definitely go buy the new album when it comes out. Support Finntroll. And they are trying their hardest to tour next year. They already have a Europe tour planned, some festivals, and North American fans can hopefully be able to see Finntroll, if not in 2021, then in 2022. So thank you everybody for listening, and stay metal.